I'd like to share the story of how our little house became a mighty house. Early in 2006, my husband and I found out I was pregnant with our identical twin daughters, Sydney and Vivian. At that time, we were living in an itsy-bitsy house in Georgetown. One look around and we knew it wasn't going to cut it. We became desperate to move. The house we found in West Seattle had a lot of the amenities we needed, but it was far from our dream home. Built in 1980, it still felt very 1980, featuring such luxurious finishes as linoleum tile, mauve and gray plush carpets, particle board cabinets, and drafty aluminum windows. The list goes on and on and on. Frankly, it was fairly daunting, but given that Doug is a third-generation contractor and I'm a green building junkie, we were confident our creativity and expertise could transform this house into the home we adored. Not only have we succeeded in that, but the remodel also instigated the birth of our own sustainable remodeling business. One of the founding beliefs of Mighty House Construction is that you don't necessarily need radical changes to make a radical shift in how you live, grow, and play in your home. This was particularly true in our own home. We didn't add on, we didn't add up, we didn't even move any walls. But what we did was shift how the spaces worked and adorn them to fit our lifestyle using salvaged, recycled, and green building practices. One key to remodeling sustainably without radical change is attainable livability. Our project is not as cutting-edge green as some of the others you've seen tonight, and probably didn't have as big of a budget as many of them. But Doug and I were still able to make radical shifts without the radical change. Our little home is just over 1,200 square feet, with 3 bedrooms and 1 3/4 baths. It functions for 2 adults, 2 kids, 2 dogs, a cat, the occasional house guests, and our business offices. Given our modest spread and all that activity, we really needed to find the sweet spot of creative space utilization and energy efficiencies for the short and the long term. One of the space challenges we had was converting a detached playroom into an office with 2 workstations, seating for 5, and plenty of file and supply storage. The solution you see here was almost entirely out of salvaged and repurposed materials, even down to the stain. But we didn't forget about our kids. Sydney and Vivian share a bedroom, which allows for the 3rd bedroom to do quadruple duty as a playroom, art room, guest room, and now that they're in kindergarten, a study area. We improved our energy efficiency in multiple ways throughout the house, like replacing the cadet heater with radiant ceiling panels. But one of the bigger shifts we made towards attainable livability in our home was replacing the windows. Our 1980 aluminum framed, broken seal, drafty windows were not only driving up our energy costs, but were cold and causing mold in the bedrooms. Replacing them with windows made largely from waste products immediately resolved the mold and energy loss while providing much more comfort and greatly reducing noise from outside. The skylight we installed in the master bedroom transformed that room from dark and dreary to one that is bright and yummy and provides enough daylight that now we only turn the lights on at night. Another energy efficiency of attainable livability is our solar array. Okay, so it's not quite an array with 1 panel, but I refer to our expandable solar system as our gateway drug. We are always wanting more, especially on days like today. The system mechanics for the complete 24-panel design was established with the first install, and so now we can easily expand as budget allows. 1 panel doesn't reduce our energy costs much, but by having the system in place, we have set the foundation for our family's energy security. A second key approach in sustainable building is attention to sustainable return on investment. A sustainable ROI considers not only profit, but also the benefit or lack of impact for people and the planet. In the case of our expandable solar, it clearly adds value to our home and benefits people and the planet for the short and long term. Our kitchen remodel is another key example of a great return on investment. Our kitchen was manageable when we moved in, but it definitely lacked functionality, flow, and aesthetics. When Doug and I saw these salvaged, custom-built plywood cabinets at a greatly reduced price over new, we knew we had to jump on the opportunity. Being patient and open to material opportunities like this led us to complete the kitchen almost entirely from salvaged and repurposed materials. Utilizing salvaged building materials isn't always simple. For example, Doug had to build the one upper cabinet you see in the photo and another to match the rest of the set. But overall, it saved us a ton of money, was respectful to the planet, and highly engaged Doug's and my creativity and skills. Now our kitchen is beautiful, functional, and comfortable, in addition to being a valuable asset towards our sustainable ROI. A third complement to remodeling sustainably is the health of our house. It's important to remember that our health can be affected by breathing, consuming, or absorbing toxins, the effects of which may not show up for years. The one place that we have the most control over that is our own home. From a remodeling standpoint, the biggest shift we made was to make our home healthier, was replacing the floors. The original linoleum tiles and carpets were disgusting. Not only impossible to clean, but challenging to keep clean. And even more impossible to remove the 20 years of deep, deep, deep unhealthy dirt at its foundation. Sydney and Vivian are much more susceptible to toxins because of their small size, proximity to the floor, and that they put everything in their mouth. To mitigate this potential health hazard, Doug installed bamboo throughout the common areas, marmoleum in the bathrooms, and is in process of installing cork in the bedrooms and multi-purpose room, all natural and sustainable products. The shift gave us floors that are easier to clean, easier to keep clean, without toxic chemicals or specialized equipment. And they look beautiful too. Replacing carpet and linoleum for sustainable solid surface flooring isn't the only solution for improving indoor air quality, just a really good one, and one that was the right solution for our home. So that's our story, how our little house became a mighty house, the results of which were much more than material. For me, it's a breath of fresh air, figuratively and literally. I have peace of mind knowing that our home is healthy, that it functions much better, and I love how it looks. For Doug, it's a point of pride to be able to show off his creativity and craftsmanship in his own home and to give new life and use to so many products that may have otherwise found themselves in the dump. For Sydney and Vivian, our home is setting the foundation for them to continue to grow as smart and creative and healthy kids. For Mighty House Construction, it gave us the final bit of confidence to go out on our own and to bring our expertise and vision for sustainable innovations everywhere to our clients. By focusing on attainable livability, return on investment, and the health of our house, we were able to make radical shifts in how we live, play, and grow in our home. Our website, mightyhouseconstruction.com, has a slideshow detailing all the small shifts that we made. I just didn't have time for them here. You can also find a page of our top 10 tips for remodeling and operating your home sustainably. Absolutely, some homes need bigger, maybe even radical change to get the shifts that they need. Just not every home. With thoughtful planning, value, and values-driven decisions, and expert consulting, any house can become a mighty house. I hope you will leave this evening feeling not only inspired, but more importantly, empowered to make sustainable shifts in your own home. Thank you for listening.